If anyone can hear and or see me, let me know. It's always this awkward bit at the beginning of like, is this working? I don't know. I think I might have used the wrong, let me just see. Yeah. Oh, everybody's waiting over. Okay. I think that's right. Okay. I had to start a new stream because I didn't want to be on my phone. A new stream. Oh, that's loud. Fuck. Okay. I don't think anyone's here. Hi. Thanks for coming. I know my live chats are always a little last minute. Hi. Oh, yay. Okay. I'm so glad you came. This is a little bit low. Where's my chair thingy? Ooh. There we go. Oh, no, now I'm too low. Okay. Hi. Katey, professional YouTuber here. How are you all? Is this all right? What we got going? Okay, good. Yeah, no, I set up the original one on my phone, the original live stream link on my phone. But then a friend may or may not need to text me later, so I can't be live streaming on my phone. But then I can't just access that link on my computer. I don't know. YouTube's weird. That's uninteresting. I'm sorry. How are you all? Thanks for coming along. Got my tea. I forgot to do the second tea as well. Oh, shit. I'm going to spill everything. Hello. Hi, everyone. Oh, it's okay. I left the window open because it's such a lovely day, but that's loud as fuck. It's okay. I never had the guts to live stream. I can barely make a video. Live streaming is scary, especially when you first do it. God, my face is so big when I'm on the computer. Yeah, live streaming is definitely nerve-wracking. The first, who am I kidding? It's still fucking nerve-wracking. Hi, everyone. Thanks for popping in. Did you guys come from Instagram or did you just see this pop up? I'm curious because I did post on Instagram about an hour ago and I don't know how, like whether I should be bothering doing that, especially because my live streams are so last minute. I just saw it pop up. Okay, cool. Just popped up on here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know I should be more organized and like do weekly live streams or at least give you guys more like forewarning. But I just can't. I'm not that, I don't know. I have to kind of just be in the mood for a live stream. Anyway, I'm in the mood. So I thought, seeing as, can you hear me okay? I don't want to be shouting, but I feel like I am. I figured because I didn't do a favorites video for August. Because the end of August was a bit tricky for me. So I didn't do a favorites video. So I thought we could do a live stream and I could talk through my favorites. Because I feel like live streams, for the most part, I like to have some kind of thing that I'm doing. Otherwise, I just start talking about how much I hate cassowaries. I saw it on Instagram post. Oh, okay, cool, Soren. All right, so it is kind of useful. I'm glad the YouTube notifications are working all right. It's a bit hit or miss with those, isn't it? Anyway, so I have my list of all my favorite shit from August. Or some of them are like the very end of July, because I suppose I did film my July favorites a little bit, you know, like they're not exact for the month. They're just like roughly since I last made a favorites video. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff to talk about. So did you want me to just dive in like we do with a normal favorites video, or do you want to chat first? Or I don't know. Do you have any questions? What's going on? Oh, someone likes my mug. Yes, thank you, Brant. This is the 1910s Royal Albert Decades collection thing. I have a couple of them. I have the 1990s and the 1940s. This my dad bought me for Christmas. He had me as Secret Santa. And 1910s, I just liked this one. I thought it was pretty. But also that's when both of my great grandmothers were born. So especially like on his side, his grandmother Nana, she was like our favorite person, both of us. She instilled my love of tea in me and card games, and she was just a wonderful human being. Spent her whole life basically working for charity, adopted a bunch of kids. Like, she was just fucking the best. How are you feeling now post the deck purge? Well, I'm feeling a lot better, although I am also kind of feeling like I want to do round 2, which is pretty scary, because if you've watched that video, the Culling My Deck collection video, some of those were pretty tricky. In fact, they were very tricky. I have changed my mind on one deck, but only one, which I think is pretty good, which is actually one of my favorites for the month. So I suppose I'll segue. Hi, Katie, a loyal follower, and thank you for all the great videos and being authentic. Oh, thank you. I've had some really lovely comments lately that have just like, oh. Just got the notification. We'll have to watch back. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to like. What am I liking? Thanks for popping in. I'm still recovering from the first page. Yeah, I do feel a little like that, but also, you know how you just like get that buzz and you're like, oh, this feels good. But I still have like 50 decks, so it's still a lot. But yeah, the one deck I did change my mind on was the World Spirit. And so I've been using it quite a bit again lately, because I made that video like 3 weeks ago. It only went up this week, like a few days ago. I love this deck too. Hi, I'm from Puerto Rico. Love your videos. Hi. Thanks for coming along, guys. I wasn't sure, given that it's a Wednesday. Usually when I live stream, it's a Monday, which makes it Sunday night for the Americans. And people in the US make up about 50% of my viewership. So that tends to be a better time, I think. But I figure a favorites live stream, people might want to watch back, so it doesn't really matter too much. But it's lovely that you're all here. Watching you as I first started reading really helped tremendously. You were a major blessing. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. I'm glad you've enjoyed the videos. Yeah, I love this backing. It's lovely. This deck's just really, really cool. I do have the Llewellyn version. But this deck you can still get. Actually, it's been independently republished, basically. Hi, Tracy. So you can still get this deck. There's a couple of changes, but not much, like the backing and 2 cards, I think. And it's just such a good deck. And I'm so glad I kept it. It was one of those ones I haven't used as much lately. I think since I got the Next World Tarot, I don't know why. I think I've been using the Next World, the Sasarai Beto, the Textured Tarot. Like, I've been using a few decks a lot, the Little Monsters Tarot or the Mons Tarot. And I just kind of stopped working with a lot of my old favorites. But I watched a video with Tom Benjamin, and this is one of his favorite decks. I think if he was pushed, this might be his favorite deck. It's definitely top 5 for him anyway. And the way he was talking about it and showing it, I'm like, what the fuck am I thinking? I can't get rid of this deck. So this is the one deck I've changed my mind on. the rest. Is this reversed for you guys, or does it reverse the image? Let me go look when it goes up. Oh, no. Okay, so it flips it when it streams, but for me, it's reverse. Hay fever season has started. Well, it's getting underway, so I'm a bit sniffly, so I apologize. In normal videos, I can edit this shit out, but I can't in live stream. Like, look, it's very Rider-Waite-Smith, but it's got its own kind of take on it too, and it's just a really great deck. It's so easy to read, and I love it. So this is my first favorites. Hi everyone. Oh, it's so lovely that a few of you have popped in. Oh, I'm so happy. I've just started my tarot journey. You are quickly becoming one of my go-to resources. Oh wow, thanks. I'm not sure that I make the most helpful content anymore. I'm trying to have a bit more fun with YouTube rather than putting too much pressure on myself to be useful and whatever. But I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. That's nice. Oh, actually, before we get in, I did want to, this isn't a plug, okay? Like this, I'm really happy about the Discord server and the Patreon that we set up, what, nearly 2 months ago now? And honestly, I don't expect anybody to sign up on Patreon. That's not what I'm about. But for those of you that have, just thank you so much. Honestly, I think you guys know the last year has been quite difficult for me on YouTube, and I went through a couple of moments of just like straight up, I want to delete my channel, fuck this, fuck everyone. Blair talked me down from that a couple of times. And since setting up the Patreon and having that space, I've started enjoying YouTube again. Like, I don't know, kind of having that space for us and for me has just made such a difference to how I'm feeling about YouTube in general. So you're not expected to support me on YouTube at all, help me out on YouTube, like watch and whatever. No, you're not expected to help me out on Patreon. That's not what it's about. But I just wanted to really thank those of you who've decided to. Hi, Soul Shines. I had to approve that, but it's funny, so thank you. And also, like, the Patreon, it's not just about, like, people, and I don't think anybody thinks they are, they're not, like, paying for extra content. What they're doing is supporting me, and that means they're kind of sponsoring every video that I put up in their own way. And I don't know, I just feel so good about it. And there is a tier where I like thank the people who have chosen to pay more. And so that is Tracy, who is here. Thank you, Tracy. Just means so much to me. It's Laurie, Lynette Brown, and Melissa. So no expectation at all to support me on Patreon or to pay the higher tiers. But those of you who have, it just means a lot to me. So thank you so much, because you're helping me create that space on the Discord that makes me enjoy YouTube again. You're also making it easier for me to spend time making videos for everybody. And I don't know, I'm just feeling really good about it. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yes, so that is my big favorite. It's everybody over on the, yes, you are here. Sorry. Thank you, Laurie. So yeah, thank you. Thank you everybody over on the Patreon. But yeah, like, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, not an ad for Patreon. I just wanted to express extra gratitude for those of you who are making YouTube special for me again. So thank you. Now, decks. We've got the World Spirit. And then I have 3 favorite decks. The other one is the Saltwater reading cards, which I think is a follow over from last month. Maybe? I forget. It feels like such a long time ago that I made a favorites video. Saltwater reading cards are a long time favorite of mine. Is anybody sick of me talking about a certain few decks? The Gil Tarot, the Saltwater reading cards, the Dreamtime reading cards. What other decks do I talk about too much? Maybe the Sasarai Beto. Well, that's not too bad. There's like a chunk, but it's not too many. I love this deck so much. I think I showed it in the last live stream too. Hi, Carmen. You are sick of me talking about the Guild Tarot? Thanks, sorry. No, I think you mean I talk about it a lot. Oh, I just got the Saltwater reading cards as a gift from a subscriber. Amazing. Oh, what a lovely gift. I love this deck. This was a gift for me, actually, too, from Laura, which is so special. Oh, I talk about the Fantastic Menagerie a lot too, don't I? It's funny because the Dreamtime reading cards have always been like my oracle deck. But this year, I feel like the Saltwater reading cards have, I don't know, stepped up for me. It makes it really special to me. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Makes it really special to me. It makes it that much more special when a deck is a gift, definitely. No, the deeper, richer view of working with a deck over time is so great. Feel free to go on and on and on and on. I will, don't worry. This deck's just so wonderful. I adore it. Oh, wow. There's quite a few of you here. Thanks for coming along. I didn't think this was a great time, but maybe it is. Or is it just that it's a favorites video? You guys were keen. Either way, thanks for being here. Yeah, I love this deck so much. And I don't know. I just love that it exists. It's such a fun deck. Such a vibrant deck. And it just feels really, I don't know. It feels intense, but it feels really, I don't know, not uplifting. That's not the word. Invigorating. Invigorating might be the word. Happy I caught alive. Yay, thanks for coming along. Nah, it's your happy face. That's why we're here. It's great. A great time, at least for me. Oh, that's cool. Because I don't think I've seen you much in the live chats, have I? So it's cool that maybe it's good for kind of switching it around. So maybe it'll get different people. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Actually, my notifications bell worked for once. Nice. It is tricky, isn't it, with YouTube? Because I do think, yeah, I don't know. YouTube's funny. It just got here, so not sure if this has already been asked, but are you excited about the Whispering Spirits Tarot? I have not heard of it. Let me Google it. Oh, is that the one by the creator who did the Little Monsters or the Mons Tarot? It does look cute. I'm not sure. I'll have to wait and see. I mean, the Little Monsters Tarot, I wasn't sure if I was going to get that until I think it was really Tracy from Temperance Tarot who sold me on that one. And I managed to get it secondhand. I'll have to have a look because as much as I love the Little Monsters Tarot and the Mons Tarot, and I thought this same thing about it, I'm not sure that I really want more Rider-Waite-Smith clones, and I'm not sure how different that one's going to be to justify getting it, especially as an indie deck overseas, the cost adds up. So I'm not sure. I think I'll wait and see. Maybe, who knows, maybe I'll be able to get a secondhand copy in Australia again. But I'm definitely excited about it. It looks really cute and fun. But yeah. I don't know. Do we know is it basically another Rider-Waite-Smith clone just with her gorgeous, adorable, colorful art? Hi, Christina. The Enchanted Forest Tarot. Wow, I feel like I'm really behind. I don't know what all these are. Normally I'm pretty on the ball with what's coming out. Enchanted Forest? I don't know. Nothing. I don't know. Hi from New York. Hello. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. I did find a Sailor Moon based tarot deck on Etsy recently. Oh, very cool. Okay. Our third deck is another Oracle deck. God, I've been using a lot of Oracles lately, haven't I? It's the Awakened Soul Oracle. Actually, 2 of these are coming up in a video that I filmed soon about decks that I use when I'm not really in the mood for tarot and decks in general. Hello. Hi, Jen. So the Awakened Soul Oracle by Ethany. Ethany sent this to me a long time ago, actually. So there you go. Disclaimer, transparency, all of that. This is just an easy deck. Just a fresh, fun, modern sort of a deck. Yeah, modern looking. I don't know. It's just fun. I think fun. And I don't know. I know that a lot of people take tarot very seriously. And I do too, but I don't think taking something seriously has to mean that we don't also just have a lot of fun. I want to enjoy tarot. I want to have fun. And this deck is fun for me. So I've been liking this. And also, like both of these decks, and I think with Oracle in general, I find it when I'm not really like in the tarot zone, excuse me, I like being able to just pull 1 or 2 cards. And oracles work great for that. Is it as big as it looks? It is pretty big. I don't know. I mean, I have the saltwater reading cards here to compare it to. You have the saltwater reading, like any rock pool deck. It's kind of like taller but slimmer. So it is a pretty like big card. Does that give you a sense? I like that it doesn't have borders. Yeah. And it's really pretty. It's got like the silver gilding, which, you know, not essential, but lovely touch. Do you ever use that oracle with the saltwater reading, saltwater tarot? They look like they would go nicely. So the saltwater reading cards, they're an oracle deck. And I haven't really, but now that you mention it. Hi. Love the backs. Yeah, I do too. And I love how they're like black and white, and then the fronts are like so colorful. Like I love that contrast. I think it's really cool. And the little book is great. You get like 2 pages. I've done a review on this deck. Actually, I've done a review on the saltwater reading cards too. Done lots of reviews, fam, over the years. I like how she's broken it up, and there's the Awakened Soul story, where she kind of talks about the story of the person in the card, the awakened meaning, where it's like just a couple of, like it's basically a page worth of meaning. And then there's the shadow meaning, which you might want to use as the reversed or just the shadow of the card, an affirmation, and personal reflections. So it's, I don't know, I like the way she's broken all that down. It feels like it gives you a very well-rounded view of the card. I like that a lot. I'm getting sniffly. I have to blow my nose with I use hankies because I feel so, don't judge me, okay, fam? I'm just going to blow my nose. Okay, we're good. This is the sort of stuff I edit out. Like, I have a honker that leaks. I have hay fever. Oh, my tea's getting cold. I have to take a break from talking about decks and drink my tea. I used to get made so much fun of in high school for using hankies. And I'm like, I don't know. You know, people give you the funniest looks on the train for blowing your nose with a hanky. But then that same person will like do this big like sleeve thing. And I'm like, how am I gross and you're not? Anyway, tea flavor, same as always, English breakfast with a bit of extra milk. Sorry, I'm not very interesting, but I love it. I can't start looking at the Lucky Galah book. Ooh, this was a book I read. Did I read it last year or this year? It's an Australian debut novel, actually, and it's fabulous. It's basically the story of a rural town and all the gossip and drama that happens out there, but it's narrated by a pet galah named Lucky. Like, get the fuck out. It's amazing. It's really good. It took me a while to get through, and I don't know why, because I loved it. I don't know, like that was a bit of a weird, but I really liked it a lot. And I think it was Imogen actually asked me one time in a comment under my video if I had any good Australian book recommendations. And I was like, fuck, I haven't really read that many Australian books, which is terrible. So I really made an effort to read more by Australian authors. And that was one of the first ones I picked up, and I loved it. It definitely has, it was set in the 60s, 1969. And it's a coastal town in Western Australia is poised to play a pivotal part in the moon landing. Perched on red dunes of its outskirts looms the Great Dish, a relay for messages between Apollo 11 and Houston, Texas. So it's kind of set on that very real historical, point in time. And the other weird thing, it sounds ridiculous, but it works, is that the galahs they're kind of tuned in to the dish. And so they can get messages. I don't know. It's weird, but it works. Like, it doesn't feel out of place and it's not overdone. I just think it's really clever. And just, it's interesting kind of witnessing these small town people and go through their lives and everything, but it's viewed and interpreted and narrated through the eyes of this galah. So it's just alien enough. I don't know. It's really good. I like it. It's effective. What's a galah? What's a galah? It's a parrot. Like, it's kind of like a cockatoo. I think it is a type of cockatoo, but they're a bit smaller and they're pink and grey. It's a native Australian bird. They're very noisy. They're loud as fuck. And they kind of congregate in very big flocks. They're gorgeous. And they can be pets and quite clever and talk. I have hay fever too. Yay, hanky. We better than a sleeve. Yeah. I used to live in a small Australian town. Unfortunately, that sounds like a good book. Has to be written by a Tracy. Yes. Seems that the only books I read lately is tarot. Yeah, I don't read a lot of tarot books anymore. I did, however, get Queering the Tarot. I ordered it in at work recently, kind of hoping that our manager might order more in because I think it's a cool book. So hopefully we'll get around to reading this at some point. But I don't know. I don't love reading a lot of tarot books anymore. Pandora? Where's Pandora? Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Hankies are better for the environment. I agree, especially with how much I have to blow my nose. I go through like a box of tissues every few days if I don't use a hanky. So it's great. I have a big collection of hankies. I was going to go on a talk about how I wash my hankies, but I'm not going to do that now. I just realized it's a bit gross. But a lot of them I got from my nana, my great-grandmother, who I loved. She kind of used to get given a lot, and then she'd like embroider them. And before she passed away, she gave me a whole lot of them. So my hankies are really special to me, a lot of them. Did I miss the tarot and oracle decks already? You did. There's only 3 of them. The Awakened Soul, Saltwater Reading Cards, and the World Spirit. Those are my 3 favorite decks of the month. Thank you for reminding me that this is the favorites. I'll get onto the books in a second. Where was I? I have some galah feathers from my last road trip. Oh, lovely. Are you doing anything special for Self-Love September? No, I don't think so. I always enjoy watching Kellyanne's videos. And if anything comes up, like the last couple of years, I have made a video response. I think last time it was about addiction. I'm not offended or ashamed of the word alcoholic, but I feel like it's kind of archaic in a way too. Yeah, I'm 6 years sober. I take 6.5 years this month. I will take every opportunity I can to celebrate myself for that. So, I was going to say F's in the chat, but what's the opposite? Party poppers in the chat. Do you have a favorite tarot book of all time? Yeah. The one that really kind of helped me, like everything click for me, I can't reach it. It was The Tarot Revealed by Paul Fenton Smith. I don't know, how I think everybody just will have that book that clicks. For me, that was that book largely, I think, because of the way he views the court cards. I was really struggling with the court cards. And I think a lot of that had to do with basically, I've made videos on how I see the court cards, especially in terms of like the elemental associations. And a lot, I think that really standard, there's kind of 2 more standard, more common approaches to the court cards, and they just didn't make sense to me. Like intuitively, they didn't make sense to me. So when I kind of read his books and he put them the way that I'd always kind of thought but didn't quite know how to I don't know, it just all clicked together for me. So that's the book that made sense. Where was I? Y'all a chatty bunch today, which is great. Simon has mentioned that book. Which book's that? Is that The Clearing the Tarot? Yeah, it's exciting. It's a pretty new one. I flipped through tarot books. The tarot book I read recently was Untold Tarot by Caitlin Matthews. Cool. Was it good? Favorite skincare products? Breakfast cereal. I love cereal. Like, honestly, cereal is like a problem food for me. Ever since I was little, I just love it. Like, I can eat it as like a treat. So I try not to have it in the house because I like it too much. I just love simple ones like I love Skippy cornflakes more than I like the Kellogg's cornflakes. I like Special K. I love Rice Bubbles. There you go. Congratulations. Thank you. I'm 6 years sober as well. Drugs, not alcohol. Amazing. Well done. I dabbled a little in some light drugs and they fucked my brain. I'm all like pro, do what you want in a safe way. But I think for some of us, it's just not right for our brain chemistry. And I'm one of those people. I ordered the Untold Tarot. Is it good? My very first book was that one, Paul Fenton's. Nice. Thank you, everybody. It is a good one, especially if you're looking to read Marseille and Pips. Cool. Do you have the Dreams of Gaia Pocket Edition? I do not, but we have it at work and we have a sample copy. So I've like looked through it and it's great. The cardstock's very different too. It's like not that matte. What is it? It's a different, I don't know how to describe it. It was a great book. I gave up cereal when I was 18 years old. I love oatmeal. Since I was diagnosed with diabetic, oatmeal is my breakfast. Nice. Your channel is giving me some. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad. Okay. Oh my God, I still haven't finished my tea. Let me just like chug this tea. Chug. It is sort of matte. Like it's not glossy, but it's not just like papery either. It's different. I don't know how to explain it. You know how some book covers are almost like, that's what it reminds me of. Oh, I don't know how to explain it. It is not glossy. It's not shiny, but it's got something else to it. It's weird. It's cool. Oh, my tea's borderline too cold. Very Nana-like. Yes. How do you feel about the texture tarot? I like it a lot. Everyone's talking about brekkie now. I'll put it over here. Okay, books. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. It's already half an hour in and I've only spoken about 3 decks. Books. I read a lot in the last month because I did that 7 books in 7 days challenge, which I finished in the first week of August. Hey, Katie, just got home from work and saw you alive. Hi. So I've read, how many books did I read this month? 9 or 10. Yeah. I read these, which is pretty good, I think. I grew to love cold tea, but only in the summer. Yeah, like I like iced tea, but not tea that's just got cold because you left it too long. How often do you do tarot readings? As in for myself? Not a lot. Just I honestly at the moment I'm drawing a few cards, like 1 to 3 cards, just kind of like as and when I feel like it, which it might be once or twice a week. I want to kind of try and start at least trial a bit of a daily draw period because we've been doing that on the Discord. Several people are kind of posting there, if not daily, like regular readings, and I want to get into that a little bit more. That's a lot of reading. Way to go. Gosh, it takes me years to finish a book because I read so much at the same time. Yeah, I don't. I tend to read either 1 or 2 books at the same time because otherwise, I don't know, then I have to make a decision about which book I want to pick up. It's too much. Okay, I won't talk too much about the books I did for the 7 days because I did a whole video basically on that. I suppose I'll talk about my favorites. I liked a lot of them. I think my favorite from the 7 days would be Notes to Self by Emilie Pine. I loved this. It was gorgeous. It made me cry. It says on the front, where is it? Do not read this book in public. It will make you cry. I was like, challenge accepted. Sobbing. Literally sobbing. I'm trying to read 3 books at the same time. I couldn't even do 2 at once. Yeah. This book was amazing. It's basically a collection of essays about her life. And I don't know, it was just gorgeous. Several of them especially hit me. Let me read you my favorite passage. It made me all emotional because I read this around the time that I got engaged. And Blair and I neither of us want children. And she speaks a lot about, she wasn't sure if she wanted children, and then she decided she did, and then they had trouble with getting pregnant, and then eventually they just decide to let themselves stop trying because the trying is causing a lot of emotional struggle. And then at the end, she writes of this essay. She writes, one day last year, I came home from work to find R, who's her partner, raking leaves in the garden. He smiled, and I noticed in the bright autumn light the new strands of silver at his temples, and it hit me. We're growing old together. This is what it will be like as we watch each other age, as our partnership ages. And this unexpected moment made me happier than I could have imagined. I see a life ahead for us, a shared life, a great life. It is difficult to translate a great love, a great life into words on a page. It sounds so prosaic, raking leaves, smiling at each other in understanding. But it is in the everyday moments that the tenacity of love and its depth are often revealed. Though we do not have the joy of biological children, there are many ways to have a childful life. And it turns out there are many ways to enjoy a child-free life, a recent and important shift of emphasis for me. I'm done marking myself through absence. I'm done using this word failure about my body. I'm done living and writing that story. This is the moment that we get to look around, find our own balance, and enjoy the view from where we are. I don't know, I just loved that. Especially the bit about like that first part, watching each other age. Because, I mean, Blair's 32 or 33 now, and I'm 29 this month. I mean, we're still young, but, you know, I've started getting grey hairs this year, and I've noticed it in his beard and stuff as well. Just, you know, the odd ones. And for me, it was anxiety-inducing of realizing that, you know, that we're decaying, that we're dying, and that now that, like, I've asked him to marry me, that basically means that I want to be with him until one of us dies, which is fucked up. So reading that passage, I don't know, was helpful to me in reframing that fear into, I don't know, something quite beautiful as well. I think it can be both. Oh, hi, Butterfly. How are you? Oh, thanks for popping in. I think you're my only admin, so that's great. Trying to where was I? I was so inspired when you did your 7 books of 7 days. It's so awesome. It was fun. I want to do it again soon. I do that too. What's your favorite genre of books? I love that kind of memoir nature writing combination. I think would be what I'm enjoying the most at the moment. I also love kind of dystopia, near future, speculative fiction, science fiction. But I just enjoy reading. I love books about the Australian landscape and experience. Yeah. But I'm up for trying pretty much anything. So many good books, so little time. Have you seen, there's like 3 stacks here and there's another one out there. Oh my God, my to be read pile is getting out of hand. I need to do a 7 books in 7 days challenge just to catch up on my reading. I'm terrified with aging way more than death. Yeah. Folks, hit that like button. Gotta love an admin who hypes you. Have you ever read Chicken Soup for the Soul books? Yeah, my parents bought us the Chicken Soup for the, like when we were younger, the kids ones. Beautifully grounding writing. Aging is not for wussies. Yeah. Nature writing for now is just an incredible category. I agree. Hi. So yes, this was probably my favorite book of the month. Also loved the Penelopiad by Margaret Atwood. Margaret Atwood's my like alt bias when it comes to authors. I've loved her since I was about 16. And this was great. It was basically a retelling of the Odyssey myth, but from the perspective of Penelope. And it was great. I really liked it. It was fun. It was playful. It was quite, it was feminist in a lot of ways too. It was just great. I liked it a lot. And it was like an easy book to get through. And I just love Margaret Atwood's writing. I did also read another Margaret Atwood book this month, which was Dancing Girls, which is a collection of short stories. I just finished this yesterday or the day before. And I didn't like this as much. I was talking to Blair actually about it, and I think I've read a couple of her short story collections, and I don't tend to enjoy them as much. Like, I like them, but I think what I like about Margaret Atwood is kind of getting in the head of the narrator. It's like a psychological component almost. And I like how it's not even world building. It's, I don't know. I think it definitely is more that like internal dialogue with her characters or how they view the world that I really like. And you get elements of that in a short story, but you don't get to dive into it as much and settle into it as much. And I do find that with Margaret Atwood. I don't like love a book immediately, you know, like 3 pages in, I'm like, oh my God. I settle into it and I love how it makes me think. And I didn't get that. I don't get that as much from her short stories. So I'm glad I read it. I enjoyed it. I liked a lot of the stories, but you know, it's not my new favorite book. I definitely preferred the Penelopiad. And actually I have to reread The Handmaid's Tale this week because Testaments is coming out and I've ordered it and it's coming soon. So it's kind of like the sequel to The Handmaid's Tale. And your girl needs to blow her nose again. Okay, we're good for a little while. So the other book I really liked actually was this little one. It's more just like an essay. It's called On Freedom by Tory Shepard. I picked up this because it was little and I needed to get through my 7 books in 7 days. That was it. And I thought, on freedom, okay, cool. So it's about the concept of freedom and whether we're free and what does that mean? Like a lot of people, especially like new feminists, you know, say that feminism is about choice. I don't agree with that at all because, you know, choosing, like, that's just, I think, a very simplistic view of freedom. And when you are choosing from, you know, a small set of choices, is it really freedom? Is it really free choice? You know, like there's that. So I thought that's what this was going to be about. It wasn't. It was about being child-free, which I really liked. I didn't agree with everything she said and I wasn't like on board with everything, but I liked it generally. And I especially liked, I shared this on Instagram, the dedication. This is the best dedication I've ever read in my life. It's to all the well-meaning numpties who keep asking women when they're going to have a kid or why they're not, or when the next one's coming, or why they haven't tried vaginal steaming. I hope you read this and stop. It's like, yeah. So I liked that a lot. I read Persuasion. I liked that a lot. That was hard. I shouldn't have read that for the 7 books in 7 days. That was a lot meatier than I anticipated. The other ones I read, yeah, those were the ones I really enjoyed. I also really enjoyed Wombat, Mudlark, and Other Stories. This was a collection of children's stories. Sir Gawaine and the Green Knight was fun. It's alliterative poetry. Is that what you call it? Middle English. So that was fun, trying something new. And then this isn't a favorite, but the book club was a favorite and the Discord around it. For the book club on my Patreon, we read Belonging by Toko-pa. I'm going to be doing a review on this. I'm thinking I might film it today. I'm a bit nervous though, because spoiler alert, we didn't love it. Most of us didn't love it. And I didn't love it either. I had a lot of problems with it. There was elements of it I liked. I'm going to try and make the review as balanced as I can. But this was not a book I would recommend or anything like that. But it's got a lovely cover and it sparked a lot of great conversation. So I loved the conversation and I loved the Discord. Didn't love the book. Well, thanks for coming along, Butterfly. Aging is a good experience for me. All of the stupid stuff is in the past. Now I have experience and wisdom and don't take crap from people. Oh, that's awesome. I asked another YouTuber tips on how to find time to read, how she did it, and her answer was, if you want to read, you find time. I kind of agree with that. I think it's one of those things where, I mean, I spoke about it actually in a video I did recently. What was it? It was like the books that are on my to be read pile or the books that I haven't gotten around to reading. And at the end, I spoke about reading more. And a big one is just like, it's literally, we have a certain amount of time in the day and either you make time for it or you don't. And I mean, everybody has different responsibilities and all of that sort of stuff, but like, there's other things you can do, like listening to audiobooks instead if you're going for a walk or on the train and that sort of stuff. But it's one of those things that it takes time to read, and either you find the time or you don't, which means that you don't read. I know it sounds simplistic, but I don't. It's one of those things. Hey, I'm 41 now. How much longer? I read full time, but don't watch TV. So hubby watches TV and I'm reading next to him. Yeah. Agree, except my body does not work well. I don't take crap from people anymore. It's a good feeling. Well, we men do feel the pressure too, especially from our mothers. What was that about? Men are certainly under a lot of pressure in our world. Okay, gotta go. Oh yes, I said goodbye. Thank you, Butterfly. You must make time for everything. Yeah. Which is shit, because like I think in this world a lot of, I don't know what I was going to say. There's so many things that we're supposed to make time for, and everyone's like, oh, it's only 5 or 10 minutes of your day. It's like, yeah, but if I did everything that was just 5 or 10 minutes of my day that would make my life better, it would seriously be like 15 hours of the day. Do you know what I mean? We put so much responsibility on the individual too. Like, oh, just 10 minutes of mindfulness a day will make this, and just 10 minutes of this, and just half an hour of this. And it's like, the same language goes for learning. Well, planning your readings does help. Is this for reading? Oh, I'm confused. Sorry, I'm not following completely. Like you say, you're going to read that one book in 1 month, and every day you have a specific hour, 30 minutes to do it. That's a tip I learned. It's not easy to apply. Yeah. It was about having children. Was that the men do feel pressure? Yeah. I think women experience a different kind of pressure, that we're kind of almost expected to be obsessed with the idea of being a mother, like that it's like this innate drive that if we don't have it, we're somehow not really a woman. And she speaks about that quite a bit in the book, about the rhetoric around our first female prime minister, Julia Gillard. Now, I definitely didn't agree with a lot of her policies and politics, but she copped a lot of flack for not having children and not wanting children. And it was very much, I was going to say implied, but it wasn't even implied. It was explicit, the language around her being deliberately barren. And somehow that meant that she didn't understand everyday Australians. Like, it was really, and I think a lot of women experience that of, what? You don't want children? Like, what kind of, like, how can you not want children? That's what women do. They want children. It's weird. I think for men, a lot of the time it's about like passing on the family, you know, like continuing the line, and like it's like a integrity thing, or yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like, if you want kids, it's amazing. But if you don't, that's amazing. If you say you're going to read that one book in a month, and I just read that, didn't I? Yeah. I also think I spoke about this in this video, right? But for me, a big part of it is not waiting until I have like an hour to read, just trying to find 5 or 10 minutes to read, because that time adds up. And a lot of the time you're not going to find an hour in the day where you're not going to be distracted and you're not going to have other stuff come up. So just accepting that a 10-minute gap is a perfect time to spend some time reading. That was a big thing for me. I use the Pomodoro technique. I heard about that, but that's the tomato thing, yeah? I'll have to Google that. I work 11 a.m. till 7 p.m., spend almost 2 hours driving. It's hard to find time. Maybe you could listen to audiobooks in that 2-hour period driving. It was discussing how Julia was treated in a lot of ways, even though I wasn't fond of her. I felt for her. Yeah, I felt very similarly. It's like there was something about her just being there that was admirable, and the way that she carried herself through a lot of that. And I mean, that speech, the fuck Tony Abbott speech, that was amazing. Although on that same day she was doing stupid shit to women too. So, but the speech itself was pretty incredible. That went viral, didn't it? Same here, Tracy Reeve, Julia. Hi, new here. Love your accent, by the way. Thanks. 10 minutes like in the bus or the train is a good idea. Always take your book with you. Yeah, I agree. Definitely. Okay, so we've done books. I have started, I suppose I'll talk about this next month, but our book for this month's book tips reading book club is Understory. This is by an Australian author, and she basically, each chapter is about a different tree, but then it also is kind of like about her life and her experience. And I love it. I love it so far. I'm only like 50 pages in, but I really like it so far. It's lovely. And then next month we're reading Maya Angelou's Letter to My Daughter, which I'm really excited about. That we're doing, like, I'm picking 4 or 5 books and then everybody's voting on them, which I think is working out well so far. It's fun. So that's the book we're reading in October. Okay, now other stuff. I have like a list of other things that have been my favorites. Where should I start? Oh, there was another book that I read that I forgot to get over here. It was the Collected Schizophrenias essays. And I've forgotten her name now. Esmé was her first name, I think. That book was intense. But basically, Esmé's a woman who was diagnosed with originally bipolar, and then it was re-diagnosed as schizoaffective disorder, bipolar type. And she just writes these essays about her life and her experience. And some of the essays are less effective, I think, than others, but they're all very interesting. And even towards the end, she starts talking about like tarot cards and stuff. And yeah, like it's a bit woo. And she kind of has a similar perspective to me in that she's like, I don't really care whether it's real or not, but emotionally and mentally it helps me. So I engage in it, which I thought was kind of cool, especially as someone with quite a complex mental health diagnosis. I think a lot of the time when we're interested in woo stuff, it can very easily be dismissed or even used against us as proof that we're crazy. So I thought that was really interesting that she spoke about that. So that was a really interesting book. It was interesting. Can I say interesting more? Too, in the sense that she is a woman of a lot of privileges. She's like a very beautiful woman who grew up, it seems like she had quite a good education, all of that sort of stuff. She has a very stable relationship, and I presume it's kind of suggested that she doesn't have to worry too much about finances or like homelessness or anything like that. It's not in her realm. But so she experiences a lot of privileges in these sort of ways, and yet she's afflicted with this very serious mental illness that affects her life in really intense ways. So I don't know, it was really interesting and I liked it a lot. Another thing that I loved this month was Hogwarts Battle. It's a board game It's a deck building board game, and it's a co-op, so like a cooperative board game that you play with 2 to 4 players, I think. I bought it because my best friend, one of my best friends, has been in hospital for a while. She's out now, but she was in for several weeks. And so we both love Harry Potter, and, you know, being in hospital sucks. So I would go and visit her, and we'd play Hogwarts Battle, which was really good. Where we've just beat book 6, because it's like 7 different levels to go along with the books, which is kind of really cool. So we still have to beat the last kind of game. It took us a few goes to beat 6, but it was really fun. I'm really liking that game. And yeah, we're having a lot of fun. So that's a great game. If you're a Harry Potter nerd like I am, and you like board games, or you want to try a deck builder game, it's really quite simple and easy to get into, but it's really fun. So that was a big one. Being engaged, that's a favorite. I got engaged on the 28th of last month. So that was after my last favorites video. Yeah, it is really interesting. It's good fun. I asked our anniversary. So that was cute and fun. And oh my God, the engagement story is ridiculous. I missed the bulk of your live again. Hi, how are you? I still have a few things to go through, so thank you, Les. It sounds like a really fun game. I really enjoy cooperative games. Yeah, I haven't really played a lot of co-op games because Blair and I have just gotten into board games, and our favorites are like Heart of Crown, Quest to El Dorado, which is problematic, but it's really fun. We also really like a few others. Hana Makoji is really good. But yeah, playing Hogwarts with my friend and it being co-op is really cool. It's really good. I like it a lot. Yeah, being engaged is fun. And I got, I bought Blair a ring. The book I can write, what was the name of the book again? I can't remember her name, but that's the name of the book. Her first name's Esmé, and then I can't remember. You're still on? Yes. Hi. What was I saying? I don't remember. I think I was going to go on about my engagement, but I don't think I'll bore you too much with that. It's very exciting, though. Oh, another thing that I love is actually a CD. I don't have a CD player. I don't have any kind of disc at all. But at work, we play music CDs in the shop. And we have like a really interesting collection of music. And one CD that I play all the time is, oh gosh, Milyakburra by Emilie Wurramara. She's an Aboriginal musician, and it's just beautiful. It's so good. I love it. It's on Spotify and stuff, I think. So definitely her. I'll try and put stuff in the description when I'm done. Emilie Wurramara. Is that how you spell it? Wurramara. I think so. She's amazing. So if you want to listen to something a bit fun, go and listen to that. It's really, really, really good. Fox Sweater. Yes, this is more amazing Phil merch. He has such good merch. It doesn't look like merch, you know how a lot of merch is just someone's face on a t-shirt. Like, this looks like proper clothes, but it's engagement story. Please go on, Katey. I did film a video with my engagement story, but I didn't know if I wanted it up online, so I just put it on the Patreon. But I can give you a brief rundown. I don't know. I don't know. Basically, Blair and I have been together for 9 years, and oh, thank you. I am really happy. Been together for 9 years, and I didn't want to get married, and he didn't really either, but some family stuff makes me concerned. about our legal rights in difficult situations and just having to prove that we're de facto rather than just literally having a piece of paper that says, you know, I get to make decisions about anything to do with him in, you know, emergency situations or whatever, you know. That's literally why I want to get married. It's because I'm scared that hard times will be made harder, basically. So I actually really don't like the idea of getting married, but I've decided that if we're going to do it, I'm going to be excited about it. Anyway, yeah, I kind of been thinking about this for quite a while, but I still wasn't really sure. I bought a ring, still wasn't really sure. Bought this adorable, it's in the other room. It's this little chest from Zelda. Zelda's his favorite thing, and on the top it says, like, it looks like a chest from Zelda, and on the top it says it's dangerous to go alone, and you open it up and it says take this, and it's a ring box and the ring's in there, which I thought was adorable. And I had all these plans. I was going to take him to Holy Moly, which is like a mini golf bar. I was going to take him there, and I was thinking, oh, I don't know, maybe I'd do something fun, like, you know, on the last hole be like, oh, what's in here? And pull out this box. I don't know. But he'd been really sick for a couple of weeks, so I had to cancel all the plans, and I didn't think we'd be doing anything. But then the day of our anniversary, he was feeling okay, but not great. And about halfway through the day, he's like, how about we just go for a little bike ride around the river together? Because that's something we like to do. And as we were leaving, I was like, oh, fuck, I should bring the ring just in case a moment comes up that I can ask him, because I had the idea that I'd do it on our anniversary, and I feel like if I don't give myself a date, I'd just kind of keep putting it off. So I grabbed the ring box and threw it in my bag, and we went on this lovely bike ride. It was a perfect day around the river. And then we stopped at this little cafe, Craven Crepes, for anyone in Maribyrnong, that we stop at a lot. And I went in and got some bickies and some coffee for us, and we were sitting watching over the river. And I start kind of like panicking, and I say to him, because he said that he didn't get me anything for the anniversary, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I was like, I didn't get you anything either. But we're sitting here at this cafe looking over the river, and I'm like, I kind of lied. Actually, I did sort of give you something for our anniversary. And I just kind of start word vomiting about, like, you know, and pull out this box, and I'm like, look, you know, it's our anniversary and we've been together for 9 years, and, like, you know, I worry about things being hard when you know, they're already hard, and I just don't want them to be hard, and I know we don't want to get married, but, you know, I just think that it would be really good to start doing this. And I, like, thrust this box at him, and he's just kind of looking at me, and he opens it, and I'm like, what? I'm trying to ask you to marry me. And he's like, Katey, the box is empty. I'd forgotten to put the fucking ring in the box. So I, like, start laugh crying because I was just like a mess, you know. It was ridiculous, and I was so nervous because honestly I didn't know if he'd say yes. Like, it wasn't one of those things where if he said no we'd break up, you know. I just thought that it could be a good idea. So thought I'd ask him and see how we go. But I didn't think he'd say yes. So I wasn't sure. It was like a 50-50. And he kind of, so I say, I'm trying to ask you to marry me. And he's like, the box is empty. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell. Of course it fucking is, you idiot. And yep. And so he kind of starts laughing. And I'm like, well, you know. And he's like, Katey, getting married's really scary. And I was like, yeah, I know. I've been panicking for the last year, even with the idea of asking you. And he's like, why do you want to get married? And so I kind of start explaining, like, logical reasons. And he's like, that's a terrible reason to get married, Katey. And I'm like, oh, also because I really love you. And he's like, yeah, right. And I'm like, wait, all right, is that a yes? And he's like, yeah, all right. And he's like, well, it's hard to say yes without a ring, but yes. So we rode home, and I stole the box back and put the ring in it and then gave it back to him. And I wasn't sure whether he'd want to wear the ring as an engagement ring or if it would just be like the wedding ring or whatever, because it's basically just a wedding band. And he put it on. It fit perfectly, like, you know, a little snug over the knuckle, but then comfortable. Like, it was perfect. And he hasn't taken it off. I think he's been quite cute about it. So there you go. That's my engagement story. Very, very me. Very, very us too. I quite liked that it was simple and low key. And I forgot the fucking ring. Of course I fucking did. Yeah. So there you go. That's how I asked my boyfriend to marry me. Yeah, it was pretty silly. It was pretty silly, but it was fun. So that's a big highlight from the last month. And being engaged has been fun for the most part. Yeah. I don't actually know when we're going to get married, and I don't want it to be a big deal. Partly because, like I said, I don't really want to get married. But also, you know, I don't want it to be stressful. Especially because, like, you know, I have bipolar, and they talk a lot about how big life events can be very, very triggering for bipolar episodes. And weddings are notorious for, especially for women, for triggering bipolar episodes. And I just don't want to do that to myself. I don't want to put that pressure and stress on myself just because that sounds horrible, but also because I don't want to fucking have a bipolar episode when I'm getting married. You know what I mean? So it's going to be very small and chill. If and when we get there. See, even now I'm still like, if. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. Well, you don't have to have the wedding. I know, but I'm a sharer. Like, I'm ridiculously a sharer. Like, I want to share things with people. So I do think I would want my family and my best friends there. I don't want a lot of people there, but I would want, you know, those kind of 10 people that I love most there. So I think that's what we'll do, but we'll see. Need to blow my nose again. Hi, Sue. So there you go. That's my engagement story. That was a lot of fun. Other things, other favorites. We're getting towards the end. Bring the Soul BTS movie. I posted a lot of clips from that on Instagram. BTS had like a cinema event, and it was kind of like this extended vlog of their last world tour. And it was really fun and funny and great and emotional and all of the things. So that was really good. The weather lately has been amazing. And I've been on a couple of really nice walks lately. 2 with Mum and 1 with my friend Claire yesterday. Just simple little walks, but they've been fabulous. You're such a great dancer. That's cute, Soren. Thanks. Just go to the Footscray market with a few friends and have a celebrant. Yeah, we're thinking of doing it at my parents' house and then going to like a Footscray bar afterwards or something. That's like the general idea that we have at the moment. How about getting the certificate first and then throw a barbecue? Yeah, something like that. Then I have a bunch of YouTube favorites, actually. Oh, my God, we're already an hour and 40 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. We're already over an hour in. BTS, is it like a vlog compilation? BTS is a K-pop band. And the Bring the Soul movie was, yeah, it kind of was like, it was just like a documentary, I suppose is a better way of putting it, but it felt kind of vloggy, just of their last world tour. It was great. It was great. And I just love the vibe at those sort of things, because it's basically just a cinema packed full of K-pop fans and ARMY, you know, like there's a really cool vibe. Like I went alone, but you still end up chatting with people about your bias and all of that. Thanks, Les. Have a good day or night or whatever it is where you are. Okay. So I'm sorry I'm dragging this on a lot, but I'm having fun. I hope you guys are enjoying this. My YouTube favorites for this month. The big one, Annie from Mirth and Reverence is back. What the actual fuck? How have we even been? Oh, I'm so excited. I actually didn't know because my notification didn't work. But I think it was Cara from Cute Witch 772. I saw via her that Annie was back, and I was so excited. So Annie from Mirth and Reverence, like the OG pagan YouTuber, or one of them anyway. She's amazing. She's like our, I don't know, like our pagan mum on YouTube. She's just the best. She's just so beautifully spoken and loving, and I don't know. I was so excited when I saw her video, her face pop up. I was a bit late finding out that she was back, so I still have a lot to catch up on, but just the fact that she's here is making my day. You know what I mean? So that's amazing. Skylar Hayes has started a YouTube channel, and it's as funny and great as I thought it would be. I mean, I basically only know him via Sammy Menzo and their podcast, Speaking of which has often featured in my favorites. He's just funny as fuck. Sammy's friend, yeah. But he mixes in the very self-deprecating humor with a surprising amount of wisdom. I'm sorry, that sounded mean, but I hope you know what I mean. I just really like his videos so far, and I think it's great. So, new YouTube channel. Boy Diviner, Casper, has been putting out some great videos lately. Casper's been a channel that I've loved for a long time. I think I love his channel. But I feel like the last couple of months he's been pumping out, I don't know, he's really on point with the content. Especially liked, he did Decks I've Retired, which was a great video. Basically decks that he doesn't work with anymore or doesn't work with as much, and he spoke about why. And then there's Decks That Intimidate Me, which I just love that. That was a great video. And also Aquamarine 18 did a video response to that. So that was really cool. And he also did a video about how he studies Oracle decks, which I think is really great, because I think we talk a lot about studying tarot decks, but not so much the oracles. So I liked that. I don't know. He just pumping out some great videos lately. Always been a quality channel, but just feel like he's, hitting the nail on the head with a lot of stuff at the moment. Yeah, so those also, this was later, this was in July, but I watched it in August, I think, was Grace in Death, the video by Kelly from The Truth in Story. Everybody knows Kelly from The Truth in Story. But that video was just graceful, I suppose. It was really, really moving and touching and heartwarming and emotional and difficult. And I think the bravery that she showed in putting that up at all was just astonishing. But I just also thought it was an incredible video. So that was amazing. Temperance Tarot, Tracy did a video of her travel altar. That was so cute. I liked it a lot. A lot of people talk about travel altars. I don't have one, but I think hers is my favorite that I've seen. Like the box that she had, like the little tin box thing that she had it in, was just gorgeous. And I like how she spoke about like why things were in there. I don't know. It's like a 6-minute video, but I just really liked it. So if you want a travel altar, like Siren, I don't know. I think kind of seeing what other people are doing and why is always a great way to get some inspiration. What is Casper's YouTube channel? The Boy Diviner. I'll see if I can. It's a bit hard to link stuff while I'm on here. Actually, I'm pretty sure he's one of the featured channels on my channel. So if you go to my channel, like literally click on my name, and then over on the side, yeah, he's the first because I put them in alphabetical order. I have like my favorite channels, the channels that I watch and love and recommend. And Boy Diviner is the first on there. I switch that up. Like they're not my only favorites. I try to kind of switch it up and have different people on there and stuff, because I know that for some reason I have quite a few subscribers. So I like to kind of spread the love around a bit. Hi. Have I been missing people's comments a little bit? What's the channel for your friend's friend? Skylar Hayes. I should probably have typed in what they are, but anyway. This is Skylar. There you go. Yeah, both great small channels, underrated channels. So go show them some love. Let them know I sent you if you want. That's always fun. Yeah, both really, really good channels. Oh, and now this isn't like a tarot specific, but it's just a really good video. I tried to go a month without procrastinating, and this is what happened by Click for Taz. It's just a video that got recommended to me. And it just made me fucking laugh. So, especially because procrastination is something I have a serious problem with. So that was a really good video. Yeah, I think that's about all. I've been up to some other stuff, but that's mostly like politics. I don't know if I'm in the mood to go over that. You probably saw a bit of it on Instagram. But I don't know. Other than that, I haven't been up to a lot. Although, to be fair, that's a few things. So those are all my favorite things. I have a couple of videos coming soon, and I'm going to be doing a review of Belonging. I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to doing that. Reviews are hard. All my ideas seem to come at the point of procrastination. Yeah. So I don't know. Does anyone have any questions or anything else you want me to talk about, or anything you want me to talk about more? Because I'm procrastinating making the review for this. I don't want to do it. Although it is exciting because it's the book club book. I have a lot of input that I'm going to share that other people have expressed, so opinions from other people, which is great because, you know, obviously I'm only one person and I bring my own perspective to it. So I notice certain things, whereas there was a lot of other things that other people noticed and had different reactions to or whatever. So I think that's going to be fun in that the review is going to be a little bit different. Like, obviously 90% of the review is going to be me because I can't speak on behalf of everybody else. And the group didn't have, you know, a single view on it. But I am going to try and incorporate some of the views of the people who shared. Katey, I like the idea of that someone suggested for using it for bibliomancy. Yeah, I do too, because some of the things that she said were great. I think, I don't know, it's a funny thing. I think it's an interesting book, isn't it? But yeah, I feel very conflicted about it. There were bits that I liked and bits I found really challenging and problematic and difficult. Her snippets were great. Yeah, definitely. Snippets. Hi, Diana. Is it Diana? Yes. Hi. Yeah. So does anyone have any questions or anything? Because I finished my favorites. It's funny because this didn't actually take that much more time than I take to film my favorites. I'm just really good at editing. I edit everything down. Pretty much everything that I film is like twice as long as what it ends up being for the most part, sometimes even like longer. I was thinking about doing a whole video of all the notebooks I bought the other day. Nice. Love a good notebook. Notebooks are the best. I recently, actually just yesterday or the day before, put in my Hobonichi order for 2020. I'm very excited about that. I ended up trying not to like overdo it because the Hobonichi website is so good and there's so many cool things on there. But I'm pretty happy with what I ended up. Editing sucks. I actually kind of like it. I don't know. It's time consuming. It's time consuming as fuck. Like that's 50% of, or even more. Who am I kidding? It's like 70% of what I do for YouTube is editing. But there's something about it that's really satisfying. Good time of the year for notebooks, definitely. Anytime. Is that because it's like, where are you? Are you like the different school years in different places, isn't it? I need to actually start using more of my notebooks. Yeah. Favorite BTS song? Pepsi is kind of like the one that I always return to as my favorite. I think because it's the song that made me appreciate BTS. Like, I liked them. I thought their music was catchy and fun. But is it DKD TV or something, that YouTube channel that explains K-pop songs and what they mean? Because, you know, you can get a translation of the lyrics, but you're often going to miss the nuances. And Bepse, I think, is one of those, because Bepse translates literally to crow tit. And so when you're reading the lyrics and you're like, crow tit, what's this about? But it's more like millennial or something, you know, like a derogatory millennial title. And so Pepsi is actually a very political song. And so that's kind of when I was like, oh, I don't just think these guys are catchy and cool. Like, I don't know, like, that gave me a new appreciation for them and their songwriting. Dang is also really cool. And I really like Brand New Day. I don't know. I don't know. I like a lot. Mine is Singularity. Yeah, lovely. I also really like Begin at the moment. That gets in my head. Got my first Hobonichi for my birthday and I love it. Nice. I'm a procrastinator also. Procrastinators unite, but maybe tomorrow. I went to the store for a money order and boom, there were all the school supplies. It's back to school time in the US. See, we're back to school, like, we have the school year is just the year. So normally back to school is in like February, I think. January, February. Because like our summer is like over Christmas time. You know what I mean? Although we don't have like the long extended summer. I suppose it is kind of long, but not super long. Cool to see you live. Hi, Lisa. This is true with any language, definitely. I'm not sure about Korean, but I know Japanese is very context-based. Yeah. And I think that's just like anything, you know, there's always, I don't know, there's always more, especially behind certain words that have, you know, they have more than one meaning. And BTS, I think because RM is literally a genius, like he has an IQ of 148, there's a lot of play on words that we just don't get if we just read the translations. He's really kind of tricky and fun with the way that his lyrics go. The dance is great too for Bepse. Yeah, I signed up for the class for Bepse and I started it, but then I got tonsillitis, so I never finished it. But it was fun. And also all of J-Hope's like dances that they're doing live at the moment, because they don't do the whole song, like the whole dance anymore live. But he'll kind of do his little break bit and it's like, oh, damn. I hope he's got it. Hope he's got it. Thank you, Katie. I'll watch it back. I don't like to miss a thing. Is this a slab chat? I mean, it's going to be about an hour and a half, so sorry about that. How is everyone? Hi, Casper. Cool accent. Bogan. Just found this channel. Oh, hi. Welcome. Hello, friends. Hi, Sonia. I'm a big fan of Taemin. Yeah. Especially lately, he's been pumping out some bops. My next class I'm going to be doing is Icy by ITZY. I'm not like obsessed with ITZY, but the BTS dance was going to be, Spring Day. I can't do that floor thing. There's no way I'm getting up that gracefully. Just no. Like, I'm trying to push myself, but some things I just know that I physically will not be able to do. So I'm not doing that dance. And then the other one was on the Tuesday night, and I can't do Tuesday night. So I'm going to do Icy by ITZY. But I was really hoping we were going to get to do Adios by Everglow. I'm standing Everglow. And I also really want to do, because the very first dance I ever did, which wasn't like a long-term class, it was like a walk-in class where you just learn the chorus to a random song. Like, you show up and they're like, okay, this is what we're doing today. That was how I first started doing K-pop dancing. And it was Gotta Go by Chungha. And I could not do it. I could not keep up, but I loved it. So I would love to do Snapping or something. Although I think I find the girl groups harder because you kind of have to be cute and sexy, which is not my natural state. you know, doing the whole like hips and things. I kind of like the boy groups more because it's just more like physical jumping and stuff. Although mic drop, which we're doing at the moment, is hard because I kind of have to be like swag, and I don't know how to do that. I just look clumsy. So that's actually what I'm struggling with mic drop the most, is like the swag factor. Like, especially like at the very beginning, you know, you seen Hobie, how he does like the legs and stuff. I just look like I'm doing the chicken dance or something. Luckily, though, I did find out we're not doing the dance break version because I don't think I'd be able to do that, especially with Jimin's fucking barrel roll. I had to do a barrel roll in I Need You, and I kind of got it in the end, but not like I did the timing, but I can't really jump that high. I just kind of like spun around and jumped off the floor a bit, but it was in time in the end, which was pretty exciting. I always think of AKB48. What's that? When I think of cutesy dancing. Is that a K-pop group I don't know about? Or is that something else, Siren? Japanese idol group named after. I haven't heard. Oh, well, that's going to be something fun I look into this afternoon. Who says you're not cute and sexy? I mean, I can be in my own way, but not like K-pop cute and sexy. I think you're swag. Oh, thank you, Mary. You're very generous. I'm doing a survey, and I was wondering, do you accept Aboriginals in society, or are they too small? What the fuck? Okay. Who the fuck is? Yeah, no. How do I like get rid of someone? Is there swag in you? I can feel it. Set it free. Yeah, Ms. Collins, you're not welcome here. Please take that racist shit elsewhere. I just don't know how. Can someone help me? Tracy, can I make you a moderator or something? There you go. I'm doing a survey. Like, fuck off. I'm not here for that shit. Thank you. Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. What a dick. Fucking dick. Okay. Well, thanks, guys. That was helpful. You need more moderators. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, that was a bit of a sour note. I was just about to wrap up, but now I'm like, how are you still here? Go away. What a dickhead. Anyway, I think I've hidden them now, but does that just mean it's hidden from my view or from everyone? I hope it's hidden from everyone because I don't want it here at all. Smack them with the hammer. Yeah. Can you block? I don't know. It's not coming up with an option to block. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Skylar. Hi. You were my favorites. So you might want to watch this back if you feel like, I don't know, being flattered way too much. I don't know. I tried to compliment you, but then it also almost sounded mean. So I'm really sorry about that. I meant it totally nicely, I promise. I reported her for harassment and bullying. Thank you, Siren. Skylar. I promise it was nice, wasn't it, guys? That troll was horrible. It wasn't even a troll. It's just fucking racist bullshit. This would be why you just got a heads up on me as a new subscriber. Yeah. I hope a few of you subscribe to Skylar and Casper because they're underrated. I mean, Skylar's brand new, so I feel like, you know, you're doing all right for brand new. But Casper's been around for a little while, and I don't know, Casper's one of those channels that, I don't know, I just don't understand why. Definitely underrated. Definitely underrated. So go stand both, please. This would be why, yeah. I just exposed myself and cry on camera. I love it. I love it. Boy Diviner, yes. Can you please go to Papa John's, please? I don't know what that is. He's so cute. I just love his videos too, because like I love longer videos when I have time. But I love that Casper's are always around, you know, kind of that 10 to 15 minute mark. But he packs so much in. Like I never feel like it's a short video, but it's still a good length where I don't have to, you know, set aside an hour. So I don't know. I really like it. Okay, I don't know. Am I just getting fucking randoms now? Like, what is this? I don't eat chicken, but cheers. I did a favorites video and I felt mean when I said nice things. Like, is it mean to say someone seems really normal? Or what about to the rest then? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm done with you, Ernesto. How do you like just fucking go away? Did I get one of those? You know how they share links and then a bunch of randoms come and like troll a chat? Is that what's happening to us? Oh no, I love pizza too, but this is a tarot channel. I love pizza. I make my own pizza most of the time. Just love like a simple one, you know, with like cheese, some bocconcini's nice, some zucchini, some cherry tomatoes. Sweet. Oh, is this? Oh no. Katie, they're here to give you practice. Oh yes, I'm gonna get good at that, like deleting them and shit. Ace of pepperoni. Oh, pizza tarot. Ace of pepperoni. I like it. Must be troll time. Pizza. I miss pizza. I feel like maybe I'll make myself a mini pizza for lunch today. I have like little pita breads, and then I make like a little mini pizza of them for lunch. That's fun, because then you know you don't want like a whole pizza. Okay, yeah, no, we have fuckheads here. Go away, please. Like you're just boring. I make little mini pizzas for lunch, which is fun. I love to do that with naan. Nice. I do have the food fortune tarot. Yeah, I've seen that. It's like a Rider-Waite-Smith clone, but food. Hey, that's fun. I'm trying to think of something else to talk about. Pineapple or pizza? No, I don't like pineapple. That's shit. I like pineapple juice, but I do not like pineapple. It's too sweet for me. Although I'm pretty sure we started that. Is that an Australian thing? I don't know. One of our few contributions culturally to the world, as far as white Australia goes. Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any requests for videos? Because like, I mean, I have a few already filmed and I have to make this review, but then I'm kind of stuck for further ideas. Also, if I do a part 2 of the divesting decks, will anyone want to see that? I think it's ham and pineapple pizza. Ugh. Well, I'm vegetarian, so not here for the ham, personally. And yeah, we call it Hawaiian, but I don't know. Someone told me that. Yeah, I don't know. Loved this, Katie. Going now. Thank you for coming along. What's the next book on your Patreon? This month we're reading Understory. I've started it and I love it. Next month in October we're reading Letter to My Daughter, which I'm very excited about. This came very close second to this one, and so I put it on the poll again, and it won this time. And what was the other one that came very close second? That was How to Do Nothing. So that will be on the the poll again for next, because basically especially if something's coming very close second, I'm thinking each month I'll put whatever came second back on as like a second chance sort of a thing. Thank you for the reminder to save my credit to buy the Maya Angelou book. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I've been meaning to read it for ages. I picked it up secondhand a while ago, so it's good. It's good. Are you getting the Literary Witches Oracle? I think so. I don't know. I haven't looked at any of the images, but I mean, the title's fun, so maybe I will. I don't know. I'll have to have a look at it. I like the video you did about the Wheel of the Year. Oh, that's good. I wasn't really sure how that'd be received, but I've been meaning to make it for ages. Yeah, no, that's good. But yeah, if you have any video requests, like obviously I can't do everything and I don't always feel like I have enough to say or that I'm the right person to make a video. But if you have video requests and I feel like I have something to say on it, it's always nice to have requests like that and then feel like I can provide something interesting. I've been here for at least an hour. I'm interested in the ways people take studying to the next level. I agree, but I don't really know. I don't know what that means though. Do you know, like, it's a really big, I don't know. More videos like making pagan things work for you or personalizing this pagan thing would be cool. I'm writing stuff down. Thanks. For Satan is a Danish expression. I don't know. I mean, if they want to spend their time doing that, that sounds really boring, but sure, go ahead. What does taking a study to the next level mean? Yeah, like I know what those words mean, and I know, but it's just so big that I don't really know what you're asking. Do you know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Lilith, I don't know that I have a lot to say about Lilith these days, but you've requested that a few times. Hey, I feel like I'll try and hi. Well, now that I've said it, I have no idea what it's one of those things, hey, you're like, yeah, I'd love to hear how people do this thing. And they're like, yeah, what do you mean? It's like, I don't know. You don't know what you don't know, hey. Like, I know that I want to know more, but I don't know what it, like, I think I said that to Sammy. I booked a astrological reading with Sammy, which I'm very excited about, by the way, because, like, I know nothing about astrology except my 3 main sign thingies. And then I read memes about them and I'm like, oh my God, me, like, look at me knowing astrology because, like, Libras are indecisive. Ha, 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 funny meme. That's all I know. So I'm getting a reading from her, which I'm very excited about. And she said to me, let me know if there's something you really want us to dive into or you want to know. And I'm like, babe, I don't know enough to know what I want to know. You're going to have to take the lead on this one. Which I'm sure she will, and she'll be great because she's very knowledgeable, but I know fuck all. Katey, I was trying to invite my partner in so that you could meet him. He's learning tarot, to be honest, but he's currently being mauled by a 90. Wow. A 90-pound puppy. Isn't that like 40 kilos or something? How is a puppy that? Wow. Might I ask, where did they go? Hang on. Mind I ask, we're talking about right. I don't really know what we're talking about right now. I don't even know my 3 signs. I always forget, but I've had to write them down a few times now. So I'm a Libra sun, a Capricorn moon, and a Sagittarius rising. And recently I've been reading the Sagittarius rising memes, and I'm starting to get it a little bit. But it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't really get it. I just kind of am like, oh, ha, 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 that's me. So it makes sense. Astrology's real because, like, this meme explains me. That's it. That's all I know. She reads my chart for filth every night in the kitchen. Oh, I love it. I'm trying to learn astrology to learn with me would be cool if you're going to do some research. Astrology is so fucking big and scary. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know if I don't know. Part of me really wants to, and the other part of me is like, no, I just want memes and for somebody to tell me, like, my fucking life purpose and why what's wrong with me is wrong with me. Look at my chart thing. Okay, go. Like, that's all I really want. I just find it interesting more than anything, and also funny. Not in a mean way. I'm not like taking the piss out of people who really, you know, take it seriously and everything, because, like, I just think it's really interesting and fun. But that's kind of how I feel about tarot. I think it's interesting and fun. It's just how I feel about everything. Is that the Sagittarius in me? I don't know. You tell me. So recently I've gotten into Jungian psychology, and I have some books on order at the library, lots of insight into humanity archetypes. I find so reading other stuff helps with tarot. Yeah. A lot of people are really into Jungian stuff and find it very helpful with tarot. There he is, Katey, and everyone pointing to the Gideon. Meet my Gideon partner. Hi, Gideon. Is that how you say that? Hi, welcome. I hope you beat the puppy. Well, not beat it. Overcame your, I don't know. I'm sorry. So your sun sign is how you view yourself. Your moon sign, your emotions and your reactions, and your rising sign, how you present yourself to the world. Huh. I don't know what Capricorn, I don't know anything about Capricorn except it's an earth one, hey. My emotions are earthy? Really? Would not have guessed at all. Someone did at work print out my birth sign and give it to an astrologer who came in. And apparently my signs, like my birth chart's very messy. Like it's a mess. Like, you know how you have the rings and they have like the houses or whatever on the outside, and then in the middle there's all those lines? I always got so overwhelmed and confused because there's fucking lines everywhere in mine. And apparently a lot of people's aren't like that. Like mine are everywhere, these lines. And this astrologer is looking at my chart being like, wow, there's a lot going on here and a lot of contradictions and a lot of this and then this and like and I'm like, I turned to my friend at work who knows that I have bipolar. I'm like, it sounds like he's just talking about bipolar. So I don't know. He made it sound like my chart is very bipolar. And I was like, well, maybe that's where it's from. Maybe it's not a chemistry thing. Maybe it's a stars thing. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. But I think that's why I got so nervous about looking into my own chart, is because there's these fucking lines everywhere. And it just looked very overwhelming and scary. So I just stopped. So I don't know. We'll see what Sammy says. If she says, hi, Katey, you have a bipolar chart, I'm going to be like, get the fuck out of here, sis. I've been wanting to ask you, have you already experienced working with the Golden Thread Tarot lately? No, I don't have it. I don't really think I want it. It looks pretty though. I just don't really want more Rider-Waite-Smith clones. I say that and then I get a new Rider-Waite-Smith clone every other month, but it's not the sort of Rider-Waite-Smith clone I want. Let's say that. It's lovely. Just, I don't know. I'm 70% motivated to learn astrology because memes. Luckily, 13-year-old me liked stereotyping her family members, so I know the basic stuff all right. Nice. Gotta love stereotypes and memes. Memes are just great. Tara Matt made a video on Chiron. That was really cool. Cool. Hi, Bullhead Black. Welcome. I know about 5 astrology facts and have memorized them to seem smart. Nice. I read that one already. Capricorn is all about work, work, work. Can't relate. Vedic astrology is interesting, but way too complicated. And Libra moon. I have a Cap rising and a Libra moon. Ooh. I'm mostly fire and water. I think I have a lot of fire in my chart from memory, but I don't really, like, I'm making it sound like I fucking know. I don't. I have both my tropical and I don't know what that means, Sauron, but it sounds great. I love myself a Pisces man, so eager to please. Blair's a Gemini, which I know basically means we're perfect for each other. But other than that, I don't know anything else. Also, he's such a hardcore troll. Like, he loves trolling. He just gets a kick out of being a troll. And I think that's very Gemini. Yes, you try to do the best of everything. Oh, yeah, I'm a perfectionist, girl. It's not good for me. Waggles brows at his boy. You know what I mean? Katey runs the book club and I'm a member of on Discord. Yes, yes. Thanks so much for being a part of that. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you are too. Not too Rider-Waite-Smith, just Rider-Waite-Smith enough. Is that the Golden Thread? I always thought it was a clone. Maybe I haven't looked into it enough. What's your view on new tarot decks coming out for $60 plus? I see some cool new ones, but when most are around $20, I get a bit turned off. I'm kind of torn on this. I think creators should be paid and valued for what they do. And I know that we think $60 is a lot, but really creators are getting only a small percentage of that. But it's a fuck ton of money, especially when you put in, like, what do you call it? Not transition. when you do it from Australian to New Zealand. Australian dollars, it's like 70 cents to an American dollar. So it ends up costing like $100 plus the fucking postage. It's a lot of money, which is just, it's a stupid amount of money for a bunch of cards in a way, you know? I think a big part of that is this obsession with fancy boxes and fancy books and fancy cardstock and gilding. And all of that is nice. And it sells because a big part of the advertising for a deck is those unboxings that everybody does and pulling them out with all these cool extras and these little enamel pins and gilding and all of the things, and people going, oh my God, it's so beautiful. That's a big part of the marketing. But it's also what adds on all of that cost. And so I get it. It's fun. It's nice. But ultimately, I'm not going to buy a deck because it has gilding. I'm going to buy a deck because I like the art, and something about the art and the way the artist has depicted the cards appeals to me. So I understand that there's a lot of cost that goes into creating a deck, and I think our creators need to be reimbursed for that. But I also I wish we could stop doing the fancy boxes and all the things. Like, I like a nice box as much as the next person, but I would rather be able to afford the deck. So I don't know. I think we need to find this balance, and I don't think we found it yet. But I do think a big part of it is this obsession with the nice stuff, the top quality stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I'm not a deck creator. But as an Australian, these decks have been costing more than $100 for a while now when you factor in the conversion. That's the word I was looking for, the conversion rate and then the shipping. Like, if I want an indie deck, it's going to cost me $90 to $130 straight up. Like, that's just it, which is ridiculous. Not hating on the creators. I'm just talking in general. When we think about it, it's a lot of money to put down for a deck. And it just is. And so at the moment, you know, obviously we have to make choices about what our priorities are and what we can afford and what we want. But I do think it's getting to this kind of breaking point with a lot of people where it's like, yeah, we liked the gilding and stuff, but is it really worth paying twice as much for a deck because it has some nice hardware that isn't really core to our experience of reading the cards? I don't know. It's like, I don't know what the answer is there, but I want to support indie artists, but I do think that it's hard to consistently, especially when decks are costing so much. And even like the Lightseers Tarot, I backed on Kickstarter a while ago, and it's come out for pre-order for new people, and it's going to be released as a mass-produced deck very soon. And I still haven't got mine. And I don't know. It's just kind of, I'm losing interest in the Kickstarter whole thing. I get that it's been really great for letting people who wouldn't otherwise be able to put their creations out into the world. But yeah, it's pricey, and then it's a long time. And then a lot of the time, I don't know, you don't even get the deck before everybody else gets it anyway. I don't know. It's just a bit weird. Like, I still have no idea when my Lightseers is going to get here. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm kind of a bit over it all. That was a long, rambly, ranty sort of a thing. I don't know what the solution is. I'm sorry. I'm not hating on individual creators. I'm not hating on Chris Ann for this at all. I'm just saying, like, as a consumer, it's kind of like, it starts to feel less and less worth it. I don't like paying that much either. Yeah, no. That's why a lot of the time I trade or wait for secondhands to come up in Australia. I like financially supporting the creators in our community. For instance, the Spacious Tarot by Carrie Mellon, and oh my God, I forget the artist. Yeah, no, I'm the same. I've backed the Spacious Tarot. And I don't back a lot of decks on Kickstarter, but I have backed the Spacious Tarot. Is that the mass market decks? I don't think I've seen. What's that one about? Gemini and Their Many Faces. Bye, lovely. Bye, Spiral Heart. Apparently I'm Aries, all of them banned a fire horse in Chinese astrology where the past they drowned their fire horses. Oh. I'm enjoying that a lot, especially this new book, but even the book I didn't like. I enjoyed the book club aspect. Yours is my first book club. Oh, that's good. I'm glad because, yeah, I'm the same. I didn't love the book, but I loved the book club, and hearing everybody's different perspectives has really got me thinking about the book in different ways, which I just think is the best thing. Shipping. Yeah, shipping is a bitch. Rising is about how you come off to others. So I come off as a Sagittarius? Is that I feel like I want to learn more about the Sagittarius thing because I've always just identified with the Libra thing because I've been Libra forever. As in, like, I've always known that. I've known that for a long time. And like the flirtiness, the indecisiveness, like all of that, I very much identify with. Being judgmental as fuck, but also being very like devil's advocate and like, oh, I understand both sides, but also I'm judgmental as fuck. Like, all of that I think is with Libra from what I understand from the memes, what the memes tell me. But I do want to learn more about this Sagittarius thing. No way anyone would think of me as a Cap. I have ADHD and I think Pisces is super ADHD as far as signs go. Interesting. My mom and my brother are both Pisces, but they're on like especially my mom is on the Aries cusp, I think. Just got the order in on the Lightseers and now wish listing on Amazon trying to save costs. Yeah. Tara Map did a video recently about that too, about the customs fees and the wait time involved with Kickstarter participation when they're outside of the US. Yeah. Yeah. I'm in Perth too, and there's heaps of little stores that sell them, but there is a great range at Dimex and QBD Books. Yeah. We also, we have a great range of decks at the TS bookshop where I work, like a really good range, like the best I've seen in a physical bookstore, which is so fun. Being someone who loves cards, and like a massive range of Oracle decks too. And I'm just kind of feeling like indie decks are great. And I really feel like they're pushing a lot of the boundaries and a lot of people are being able to release decks that the publishers just aren't interested in, which is so important and so amazing. But also mass-produced decks are just so much more accessible in terms of like literally you can go down to a shop and pick them up, and also in terms of cost. How do you go about connecting with a new tarot deck? I have a whole video on that. I made it quite a while ago. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, getting to know a new deck, ways of connecting with a new tarot deck. Oh my God, my hair was so long back in the day. So I've done a video on that, how to connect with a new tarot deck. Do you use particular decks for particular types of questions? Yes. I've done kind of different videos on different types of decks, like how do you decide which decks to use for a reading? I think I've done a video on that too. Covering lots of ground, aren't I? How to choose a deck. Yeah, I've done a video called How to Choose a Deck for a Tarot Reading. This one's a little more recent. This was this year. Here you go. So isn't that great? Yeah, there's definitely answers to those questions. That's why I've done those videos. I backed a Kickstarter from Australia and didn't have to pay any extra shipping to the US. Are the fees and customs only for packages going into Australia? All countries will have different laws around that. So, for example, the customs that, I'm sure Kasha was talking about are enforced by the EU. Whereas in Australia, we haven't really had customs before, but now we are starting to charge GST, which is goods and services tax, which is 10% of everything that we pay for in Australia. We didn't used to have to pay that for stuff we were buying overseas, but I think they've started charging that now, which means that literally if I buy a $60 deck, then an extra $6 immediately goes towards this tax. And I don't know what the customs is in the EU, but like all these things, like you're paying the conversion, which always costs more. You're paying the postage, which is anything from $20 to $40. And then you're paying these extra taxes. Like these decks end up being twice as expensive often, which is just insane. Like you're saying, decks are already $50, $60 when you're paying 100, 120, sometimes even more. Like that's a lot of money, a lot of money. Somehow I missed that second one. Yeah, no, like I'm not expecting, you know, it's easy to miss stuff. I will say though, if you're ever wondering if I've covered a topic, you can either literally type in Katey Flowers and a couple of keywords into your search bar on YouTube, or you can do this for anyone, right? Go to someone's channel, like click on my name and go to my channel page, and up in the kind of, it's like in the top right, but not all the way up on the top of your screen, kind of, you know, where you see home, videos, playlist, community, channels, about, and then next to that is a little magnifying glass. You click on that and you can search. So you can pick a couple of keywords or even just one word. If you want to know if I've done a review on the Saltwater reading cards, type in Saltwater into that and it'll come up with the videos that I've made that have that either in the title or even in the description. So any videos where I've done a review, I have, or if I've mentioned the deck, it'll come up there. Does that make sense? So feel free to have a search if you're wondering if I've made a video on a topic. That's always a really good way. You can do that with any creator, because like I get it, you're not going to remember every video I've done, or if you are only subscribed more recently, it's hard to like go through everything, but there's search functionalities there that can be really helpful. My hubby is Sagittarius. I love the sign. Very social justice oriented. Yes. And purpose focused. Yes. And yet still soft on the inside. That does sound quite like me. Your hubby sounds great. Oops, new subscriber. Yeah, no worries. And welcome. Hi. You could do a video about how Kickstarter works. I don't know that I'd be the best person to do that because I've never run a Kickstarter. So I really don't know how it works. I just know in terms of being someone who backs things, some of the things that are great and some of the things that suck. But I think it was Benabel Wen or Ethany or someone did like a blog post about Kickstarting. That was interesting, as like because they've done Kickstarter stuff before. I'm actually interested in a video about Lenormand. It's something new to me. Have you? No, I have not read Lenormand and I don't really have a desire to, but Kelly from The Truth in the Story, I think, has some videos on that. And then Tom Benjamin doesn't have so many videos on Lenormand, but he does have on Sibylla and stuff. So they're kind of similar but different. For me, choosing a deck usually goes one of three ways. Whatever I have on hand, whatever feels right, and I let them choose. Yeah. I kind of go whatever I have on hand, whatever feels right, and then just whatever the fuck I feel like using. I don't know. It's just kind of like I'll get a sense of what I want to use because I'm so familiar with my decks. VAT is included with custom fees. Yeah. And all pros and cons of Kickstarter for tarot. Yeah. There's definitely a lot of both. That's why it's tricky. EU is 20%. Ouch. Your personality is complex in regards to all of these aspects of astrology and astrology chart. Yeah. Perfect sense. I backed my first Kickstarter and had to learn how it worked. I backed the probably not an easy reader Alfred Hitchcock tarot. Wow. I'm sentimental and wanted to support the artist. Well, that's a really good reason. I think if you want to support an artist, no, go away. If you want to support an artist, Kickstarter and stuff is a great way to do it. Patreon's another great way. Buying their stuff is another great way. Yeah, sharing their stuff is another great way. There's lots of really great ways to support people. I didn't know about the magnifying glass. I know there's so many cool functionalities that people just don't know about. So that's why I explained that, not to kind of like sass anyone who was asking instead of searching, but just because to give you the tools for next time, because it's so, you know, it's so easy to not know. You don't know what you don't know. Cosmic, I'll watch some of your astrology videos because I'm trying to learn more. Awesome. I run into the VAT customs thing with my jewelry business, but AU doesn't usually do it to my stuff. Or maybe the AU educates their population more. I don't think we really have like customs like that. I think that's why. I think the GST usually gets charged automatically. I've noticed anyway, with when I'm getting charged. Yeah, that's what I mean. A video about how it works to back a deck on Kickstarter. Okay, yeah. I haven't backed that many either though. And I think I'm going to do it even less in the future. Set aside a long period of years to fully understand astrology. Yeah. I don't know if I'm that dedicated. I am on certain things, but I don't know that I'm that interested for myself. I more just want other people to tell me about it. I don't think very hard about a deck I'm going to use. Yeah, me neither. I kind of just get a feeling. I don't know. Customs is high and the Australian dollar is low at the moment. Yup. I did actually order 2 decks recently. They still haven't arrived. I ordered the Saki Saki Tarot and the Tarot de Saint Croix. I did have the Tarot de Saint Croix once before, and I just couldn't deal with the orange. But I kind of always wanted to give it another go. So I've ordered those 2 decks. They haven't arrived yet, though. But that wasn't cheap. It was kind of a bit of an impulse buy. So we'll see. Donnelly has great videos on Lenormand. That's great. Customs is high. Yeah, where was I? Weaker currency. Yes. Tarot Tribe Beyond Worlds has a lot of great videos with Lenormand. I heard it takes at least 8 years. Well, don't they say it takes 10 years to master anything, really? Or is it 10,000 hours, which you do in about 10 years? I don't remember. I suppose it depends, though, too, doesn't it, on what it is to learn astrology well. The Saki Saki, yes, I love the Saki Saki. It's amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I've just kind of always been curious about that deck and figured if I was going to pay postage for the Tarot de Saint Croix, I'd get the other one as well. The orange border is harsh on the eyes. Yeah. I'll have to see how I go this time. But I just loved the deck. So I've always kind of missed it in its own way and felt like maybe I didn't give it enough of a go. I wonder if the Saki Saki is a pretty Sagittarius-y deck. I'm thinking about the Tarot de Saint Croix. I might have to order it. At least 10 years to get a good foundation on astrology. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's, yeah. Pretty much anything's like that. It's crazy. If you like the Kitty Gawaine, you'll love the Saki Saki. Similarly colorful. I do have the Kitty Gawaine. I haven't really used it much, though. I think I like the idea of it more than I enjoy reading with it. Maybe I haven't just given it enough of a chance. Wow. Okay. Yeah, no, please fuck off. Sorry, I think that was hidden from everybody, but... Wow, I've had to report a few people this live stream. That's intense. Does anyone want to be another moderator for me? I think I only have 2 and neither of them are here. So I'd love if a couple of you would want to be, if you're up for that. I suppose it's probably best to have a handful, isn't it? So that different times. Thank you. Add moderator. There we go. Yeah, if a handful of you put your hand, because I don't want to make anybody if they don't want to be, but I'd love for you to be if you feel up for it. Cool. Thank you both. You can protect us. It's ridiculous the kind of dickheads that are on here. Hey, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else saw that image because it came up for me to approve, but that was vile. Ugh. I haven't really had that before. Maybe it's Wednesdays. I should go back to Mondays. I can be. Thank you, Soren. You're here a lot too, so that'd be great. Did not see the image. Yeah. The graphic novel series Promethea by Alan Moore is a nice rundown of some Astro stuff. Oh, cool. GTS plus customs on import to Australia. I haven't done custom. I haven't paid customs. I don't know what that's about. Or maybe I haven't. I just didn't know. I don't understand. I don't know if you want to learn Kipper or Lenormand. Maybe one of those days when I get through all the tarot systems I want to learn. Yeah. Can you even post the image? No, it wasn't an image. It was just a very descriptive, violent message. Hi. Hi. How are you guys? Thanks for coming in. We've been here for a while. I have to go do a review and I don't want to, so I'm procrastinating. Started out with Lenormand. It influences how I read Rider-Waite Smith. Wow, that's interesting. I hadn't really thought of that. Very cool. What's the review on? I have to do a review on Belonging, which was our book club book for last month, because I want to try and do a review for the books, because I think that would be fun and interesting. And also I love the fact that we get to have a chat about the book, so I have different perspectives, not just my own, to share, or at least to kind of include and incorporate. So I'm really looking forward to the idea. I love the idea of the reviews, but I always find reviews difficult. I put a lot of pressure on myself to kind of provide a very balanced review. I want to kind of try and give, I don't know, especially with, I was talking about this actually in the Discord, where I feel like, especially with negative or criticism about a book, I kind of feel like I have to prove why I'm being critical, you know? So like read out into, like, I just feel like a lot more work goes into critical review in a way. And I also want to be conscious of the fact that I think there's something really powerful about this book in a lot of ways. I just personally didn't connect with it emotionally. And then on top of that, there was a lot I was uncomfortable about it. But it's one of those things that the way it's expressed, the things that she shares, I think there's a lot of validity in. I think a lot of people will feel very seen by this book. I think a lot of people will really have an emotional experience with this book where they feel validated and accepted and seen. And I think Imogen shared that really beautifully in a video she did about the Death Mother. You know, I think for some people this will really hit home. And I don't want to invalidate that at all, because I think any book will offer different things to different people. And I think, who was it? Was it, I've just forgotten again who said it, but someone said in the Discord that it was something about whatever you read into a book or however you experience a book, you're right, you know. So if you loved it and I hated it, we're both right, you know, because that's what it is with art. When art goes out into the world, it's not owned by the artist anymore. It's owned by us individually, and our experiences with it are all valid and, you know, correct. I just didn't have that emotional experience and connection to the book. And I also, there was a lot with it that I struggled with. So yeah, it's this weird, I feel a bit conflicted with this book. And so perhaps that's why I'm struggling. Because I think the author poured a lot of her heart and soul into this, and I don't want to tear it down in that way. But yeah, so. It's one of those things. I always find reviews challenging, because I want to be like honest, because otherwise what's the point in doing a review? But I know that somebody's behind these words. I don't want to be mean, you know? But yeah. I don't know. Reviews, I feel like there's a lot of responsibility with reviews, especially when, you know, people will watch this and then people may or may not decide to read it based on what I say. You know, that has a real world impact. Even if it's only small, it's still there. I don't know. It's a lot of responsibility, guys. I just started learning Rider-Waite Smith videos. Your videos are helpful because I'm an atheist. Yeah. It is cool how so many different people with different perspectives on the cards and how they work. I think it's great. I think Kelly Bear, you might also enjoy Kelly Bear's videos, because I think she's atheist, if not agnostic. I'm very agnostic. So she's like non-woo tarot reader. So that might be another channel you'd like. Death Mother hit a spot. Yeah, it certainly did for a lot of people, which is amazing. Like anything I say, criticize the book for does not take away from the power that had for people. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think the perspective and subjectiveness is key. Yeah, being kind of reviews is a good thing. I think I was saying that in our live chat, because we do a live chat on the Patreon. I was saying, like, I'm pretty forgiving when it comes to a lot of things, and I can kind of understand, you know, what the author was trying to achieve, but also still be critical of it. Like, I'm quite forgiving with a lot of that stuff. Perhaps more than some people think I should be, but also other people might think I'm being mean. I don't know. Katie, you could do a contrasting concepts type review, the bravery and openness versus the lecturing teacher. The lecturing teacher. That's definitely, I think a lot of us felt like that, didn't we? Where it was kind of, it was almost like we were reading 2, maybe even 3 different books, and they were just kind of all like mushed together. And so some aspects of that were much more successful in my view, and I think a lot of other people agree, than other parts, which is interesting. I only tear down books that are harmful. And I think some elements of this book verge on that for me. Some elements. Which is why I am quite critical of it. Not just, I didn't like it, wasn't for me. There are some actual criticisms I have around it. A review matters. Yeah. Good morning from Sweden. Hello, Sweden. We'll check out Kelly Bear. I think you'll like her. Yes, Kelly Bear keeps faith out of it. That reminds me, I also like the video you did about pagan books. I've done a few about pagan books because I love books. Hi, glad you made it too. Yes. I can give you video suggestions, but it doesn't matter. Just do a video and I'll Oh, thank you, Morgan. That's very nice. It was quite disjointed. By separating them out, it might be easier to point out the good stuff instead of just being negative. Yeah, because I definitely want to point out some good stuff. I think there's some great stuff in there. And I also, who was it who said that? I'll have to go back and watch our Patreon live stream, because somebody said something. I wrote it down actually, how they felt like it was a flow in and out, as we do with belonging. I thought that was, they said it really beautifully. Got to check out your video on pagan books. I have a few. I think I have a playlist on my channel for books, videos about books. I have so many playlists these days. I haven't really been organizing my playlists as well as I should have been. Maybe I'll do that one day. Customs is factored into the price on imports. Okay. I just bought the Gil Tarot today based on your recommendation. I hope you like it. I think it's a very divisive deck. People either love it or hate it. I love it. The Gil is a wonderful alternative to the Thoth. It definitely has elements of Thoth. I think it was more based on Golden Dawn teachings than Thoth specifically, but obviously they have similarities. But it's not like a Thoth deck, but it has similarities. There's only one true Thoth. That is true. I remember watching one that was about paganism and atheism, or different types of theism and non-theism. I did a review on godless paganism. Is that maybe what you're thinking about? Otherwise, I've done a couple of videos where I talk about books that are good for me as like a pantheist or something. What's your favorite Rider-Waite-Smith deck? The Rider-Waite-Smith? I do also love the Minute Tarot and the Mons Tarot. I feel like there's another one I love. I really like the Mucha Tarot. That's a good one. There's so many good Rider-Waite-Smith clones. I already fell in love with the art. It has many similarities. Can't handle the original Thoth. I'm the same. Gil is Kabbalah and Thoth based. Yeah. I don't really read into much of that with the Gil. I'm very intuitive with the Gil. I think I did a video on that too. I've done so many videos. I have done a lot of videos. I've done like 400 videos or something at this point. There was the Godless Paganism video, a book video. Yes, it was like a review on the book called Godless Paganism. I love the Thoth, and for Thoth-based decks, I have the Tabula Mundi. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't get into the Thoth. Hey, and I'm pretty sure I've binged all 400 of them. That's a lot of time. I'm sorry. I hope you had a cup of tea with you at least. I've been on YouTube for a long time, haven't I? I made my first video in October. Was it 2013 or 2014? I think I saw the Godless Paganism one and the other one you mentioned. Yeah, I get confused. I made a lot of videos. I have a few Thoth-based decks, but I read them primarily by intuition, as I haven't studied the Thoth system. Yeah, the Thoth system as in general doesn't really appeal to me. I don't really have any desire to like sit down and learn. Hi, Ashley. I use it more intuitively. It's a beautiful deck though. Yeah, it is, which I think is why I like the Liminal so much, because the Liminal is inspired by the work of Lady Frida Harris, but is a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So I think that's why I was drawn so much to that, the Liminal, because I really like the colors and like kind of the lines and the movement in the Thoth. I think that's really beautiful. But there's just something about the system that just doesn't, I don't know. The Book of Thoth is the way to learn the system. I've also had a lot of people recommend that book by, or is that the book by, I don't think it is, by Milo Duquette. I've heard a lot of people recommend that book. I think I bought it at one point and then just never read it. I don't know. I'm the same way. I connect so much more to the Rider-Waite-Smith system. Yeah, me too. It is funny too, hey, how like I don't know, at least in the online tarot world, it seems to kind of like cycle through, which is the cool system. Which is cool because then different people get exposed to the other systems and encouraged to at least like look into the other systems. I think when I was first getting on YouTube, it was very much all about the Thoth. Like everyone was very much all about the Thoth because it was like the real proper, like if you really wanted to be a serious reader, you took the time to learn Thoth because there's so many layers to it, right? Thoth was really the big one. And then Kellyanne kind of started getting big, and obviously she only used the Rider-Waite-Smith. And so she was really kind of like this advocate of this beautiful Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And so then people kind of started to reappreciate the Rider-Waite-Smith itself. And then was it Kelly from the Truth and Story who started getting into Marseille? I think it was her. She kind of like reignited this love for Marseille. And then a lot of people started to explore this deck that they might have dismissed otherwise. Which is really cool because then, you know, people who might not have taken the time to spend some time with the Marseille did. And some people realized it wasn't for them, but a lot of people realized it was, which is really cool. So I don't know, maybe we'll have a Thoth resurgence soon. But I don't know. I've always found that interesting how we kind of go through cycles. We do that with pretty much everything. I'm the same way. I connect more with it. Yeah, I did a few videos on some of my favorite YouTubers, and you were on the list. Oh, thanks, Morgan. That's Understanding the Thoth by Milo Duquette. I was told to use it in tandem with the Book of Thoth. Very interesting. Tom Benjamin's big on Marseille too. Yes, he is. I've tried to connect with the Thoth and still feel disconnected. Yeah, it just doesn't click with me. Katey, a Thoth resurgency would definitely give my wallet a break. Yeah. I think there's definitely fewer kind of like Thoth clones or even Thoth clones. Maybe we can call the Thoth clones cloths. No. Stop. Just stop. Take a breath and stop. Yeah. I wonder if we would ever get to a point where there'd be a lot of Thoth clones, or if it really is just it's too much its own thing. Not keen on the Lon book due to his silly jokes about the court card personalities about celebrities. Oh, see, that sounds like something I could get on board with. Interesting that you didn't like it. Did you feel like it just wasn't taking the deck seriously enough, or they just didn't click with you? Because I do tend to like it when things are a bit more playful. But yeah, everybody's different with that stuff. Hey, holy fuck. 2 hours and 20 minutes. This is the longest live stream ever that I've done. Oh, it's getting late. I'm supposed to do this fucking review and then go practice my dancing. Oh, the dancing's so hard. I'm really struggling with mic drop just because of all that swag that I just does not come naturally to me. Oh, thank you, Ashley. That's very generous of you. Golden Dawn is Thoth. I thought it went the other way around. Is Thoth not more a Golden Dawn deck? Or am I just getting confused? Fashion cycle. This spring, that dark Thoth is so last year, the trendy deck for spring and cute cat decks. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely do go around in cycles, hey? Which is kind of cool. But I think I'm more a Rider-Waite-Smith person. I don't know why. I just like it. I also find the Lon book a bit extra in his enthusiasm for Aleister Crowley. If you don't like Crowley, Lon is a bit hard to stomach. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Crowley at all. Bit of a dick, really, wasn't he? But seeing the Tarology documentary is all about reading Marseille in life around you. Oh, I haven't seen that documentary. Sounds interesting. There are way too many cat decks. There are a lot of cat decks, and so few dog decks for us dog lovers. But the few that are out, I haven't really liked. Do you think that's because, I don't know, what is it about cats? Do you think there are more cat people in the world than dog people? Is that why there's so many more cat decks? I love Lon Milo Duquette's writing style. He does make a lot of jokes. Can separate Thoth from Crowley. Yeah, a lot of people can. And I think there's validity in that approach. Siren cats are not my thing. I think there are 3 cat decks that interest me. Puts on innocent face because he owns a lot of cat decks. Yeah. I got the Consider It Cat Tarot because I just like the idea of it and the colors were really pretty, but I'm not really a cat person. I'm definitely more of a dog person. I like cats, but I'm like super allergic to them. And I do prefer dogs. But the money for that deck, a lot of it went to, or some of it went to a cat shelter, I think, which is cute. Both Rider-Waite-Smith and Thoth are Golden Dawn base. Yeah, that was my understanding. The Halloween Tarot is the best cat deck. Not really into Halloween themed stuff. Hey, maybe that's because Halloween's not a big thing here, but it just seems a bit, I don't know, it's not really my thing. Which is very controversial in this community, I know. There needs to be more dog decks for sure, yeah. Black Cat Tarot, Tarot of the Cat People, and the Marseille Cat Tarot deck. Yeah, we have at least 4 or 5 cat decks, I feel like, because there's the Mystical Cat Tarot too. I don't know, there's a lot of cat decks. Katie, I think that dogs are harder to draw because there are so many breeds and shapes and sizes. Ah, interesting. Not keen on tarot trends. Yeah. I feel like cats are more in trend. Don't get me wrong, I'm totally a cat person, but I've noticed a surge of cat decks taking over. Yeah. Yes, I'm still here. Hi, Carmen. I had to separate Thoth from Crowley, and it is doable. However, learning Thoth can be a challenge because a lot of teachers really are up Crowley's butt. Yeah, and I think at least kind of like I was talking about how when I first started on YouTube, Thoth was a big thing. A lot of people really idolized Crowley and kind of put him up on this pedestal as this like a cult master and like a genius. And I don't know, like I know he was a big deal, but he was also a total dickhead. So I don't know. Like if you can separate the two, that's amazing, and like do what works for you. But yeah, I agree that a lot of the language around Crowley, at least last time I checked in with it, was a bit shit in my view. The Cat Tarot is the best cat deck. Oh, cute. Cats are fun and mischievous. And I was looking into getting a dog deck too. I love Halloween. I recently got the Halloween Tarot and I just love how spooky it is. Very cute. Thank you for deleting that. I recently got I just read that. I'm a Crowley fan. Interesting. I'm not actually much either. I'm suddenly wondering how this happened. It's been a very surprising cheeky deck for me though. As someone said, cats are more witches, familiars than dogs. Definitely. Well, I can't quite believe we've made it to 2.5 hours nearly. Bye-bye, boom, boom. Yes. Bye. Check yourself out. Anyway, I'm just talking shit now, aren't I? Spooky Chihuahua familiar. I like it. I'd buy a cute dog deck, but the couple of dog decks I've seen haven't really appealed to me all that much. The cats are much, like the cat decks seem to be much more, I don't know, like the colors and stuff and the way they're done seems more fun. We really are getting a few dickheads here today, aren't we? Which is a first. You know you've made it when you have trolls in the chat. Anyway, this is a long-ass fucking video, and I'm really sorry for anyone watching this back. I hope you enjoyed the first half, which was actually what it was supposed to be. This second half, not so much. But I've had fun, and I hope you guys have enjoyed chatting. But I do have to go. I don't want to film this review anymore. My throat hurts from talking too much. But yeah, is there anything else we should say, or are we good? Thank you all so much for volunteering to be mods. That's great. I feel a lot better about this now. It's been great fun. Thanks for staying on. Thank you, Melanie. Yeah. Katey, no, be honest. You don't want to film it at all. I don't want to film it. Thanks everyone for the fun chat. Yeah, thank you, Taylor. Yeah, so either a review of Bologna will be up this weekend, more likely one of the other videos I filmed, because I did do a response to getting messages. Let me tell, for anyone who stayed this long for some reason, you can get a update on what's coming. I have 2 videos that are scheduled, I think. Yeah, I have a video. I did a response to Inspiring Alien and Imogen in kind of one. There was tarot tube tags, and I've done kind of the response to both of them in one. So Inspiring Alien, I know you really wanted me to do a response and you didn't think I would, but I have. I just haven't put it up yet. And then I've also done a video about the decks I use when I don't really feel like using decks. So one of those will be up. Or hopefully a review of the book, but I don't know. I don't like my chances. If you ever need another mod, Taylor, I will make you one right now if that's all right. So hopefully 1 or 2 of you will be in next time I do a live chat. Hi, Darcy. We're just about to head off. But yeah, a video will be up. I seem to be doing kind of like Friday evening, Saturday morning videos at the moment. So a video a week seems to be working for me all right. Hope it's, I don't know, hope it's good for everybody. That's what I've got going on. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today. Gonna have to go make myself another cuppa. Holy shit, 2.5 hours. Wow. That's a lot, isn't it? Anyway, thank you all so much. I love you all. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.